and advanced to make him a scientist, arm him, and change the nature of the creatures. Matheson developed a kind of low-key realism that was doubly effective. In I Am Legend, the situation raises questions of logic. If Neville firmly believes he is the last healthy man alive, who is the vaccine for? Only himself, I guess, fair enough. Although he faces a future of despair, no matter how long his cans of Spam and Dinty Moore beef stew hold out. Dogs don't live forever, and how I always wonder, do human beings in all their infinite shapes and sizes mutate into identical pale zombies with infinite speed and strength? Never mind. Given its setup, I Am Legend was well constructed to involve us with Dr. Neville and his campaign to survive. So there is, however, an event which breaks his spirit and he cranks up, diving out in night to try to mow down as many zombies with his car as he can before they kill him. He is saved by a young woman named Anna, who is traveling with a boy named Ethan. So he takes them home and she explains they are trying to get to a colony of survivors in Vermont. Neville doubts that such a colony exists. I doubt that she and the boy would venture through Manhattan to get there. Yes, she has doubtless heard his non-stop taped voice on all AM frequencies, asking to be contacted by any other survivors. But we have seen every bridge into Manhattan blown up as part of a quarantine of the island. So, how did they get their boat? Why go to the risk? Never mind again, because Anna and the boy import dramatic interest into the story when it needs it. And director Francis Lawrence generates suspense effectively, even though it largely comes down to the monster movie staples of creatures leaping out of the dark, gnashing their fangs and hammering at things. The special effects generating the zombies are not nearly as effective as the other effects in the film. They all look like creatures created for the sole purpose of providing the film with menace and having no logic other than serving that purpose. I Am Legend does contain memorable scenes, as when the island is being evacuated and when Neville says goodbye to his wife and daughter, and when he confides in his dog. And if it is true that mankind has 100 years to live before we destroy our planet, it provides an enlightening vision of how Manhattan will look when it lives on without us. The movie works well while it's running, although it raises question that later only mutant in our minds. Robert Neville is a brilliant scientist, but even he could not contain the terrible virus that was unstoppable, incurable, and man-made. Somehow immune, Neville is now the last human survivor in what is left of New York City and maybe the world. But he is not alone. He is surrounded by the infected victims of the plague who have mutated into carnivorous beings who can only